to stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There, here, Vader, here, the Gardner,
Here,
the Hanlon,
here, one nation,
Kenny,
under God,
the
indivisible,
Moore, here,
liberty.
the Nagel,
Here.
the Brooks, the Singer, the Wallace,
Here.
Mr. Watts.
Here. Okay. Minutes, please.
In the back is was sent out with the agenda, with the minutes, are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Not, I recommend the board to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved. Second motion, in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'll take motion. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, on the financial report. They were included in your packet. Cash summary report for the month end balance for September. The general fund balance was $6,506,454.79. Bond retirement, $4,750. Cafeteria fund, a negative $7,393.77. Our termination benefits fund, $140,542.91. Our capital projects fund, $2,538,333.38. Put the person grade on there, it is a negative $7,325.60. We heard from the state, told us to continue tracking it. It will continue to be negative until we are no longer, the government no longer closed.
Cafeteria.
Well, the cafeteria, I talked to our contact about the cafeteria. He said that we would, they received enough money to cover things for 2 months. Then after that, we would be hard pressed. But we have some, claims coming in that received. Typically, Sam, our head cook, won't submit the, claims for, meals until after September. We have all the day in September at the same time. But we'll get that all in one chunk this month. That should be enough to get us out of the red. And after that, we had a grand total at month end of September of $9,998,383.84. Cash disbursement for the month of September, $932,942.14. And on the investment report, for the month of September, we earned $31,919.05. We have a fiscal year to date of $93,755.26. Also, we have to approve the national standards each year. By the national standards, the Belmont Harrison School District follow the smart snack standards, which exceed the requirements under Ohio Revised Code 2313.814 for the types of foods and beverages that may be sold on school premises. This is required due to the district participating in the National School Lunch Program. And also, we have an addendum, some additional disposals, and all those disposals on there are going through our auction. That'll be talked about later in the morning. So any questions on the above items? If not, I recommend the board to approve items A through E.
So moved.
Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Yes, I have several things to discuss
this evening. The first is our September Students of the Month for both Belmont and Harrison. So at Belmont Career Center, our 9th grade student of the month is Emily Nardo. He's a small engines student from Union Local. 10th grade is Chelsea Owen, carpentry student from St. Clairsville. 11th grade is Andrew Markland. He is a PC student, a PC technology student from Harrison Central. And Stasia Ray is our 12th grade student of the month from Pharmacy Tech, and she is from Bridgeport. At the Harrison Career Center, our 9th grade student of the month is Elizabeth Ferrel, visual graphics. 10th grade is Brittany Fiegel, construction trades. 11th is Braden Lee Stewart, welding, and then 12th grade is Emily Hunt in welding. So congratulations to those students for being student of the month for September. On October 16th, which was last Thursday, there was a trick-or-treat night held at the Belmont Career Center. And it sponsored our Sources of Strength and our Staying Home Club. And I just wanted to recognize the sponsors that donated for that evening. So we had AmeriDrive, Whitesides, Leslie Rodak, Long Industries, DRD Consulting, Crystal Warner, the Salvation Army of Belair, Danielle Kinney, MOS Office Systems, Beth Lucas, Schwindeman, Bonnie Hannes, Pam Fisher, Ken and Megan Burby, Rick and Kelly Mead, Jennifer Treehorn, Eric and Jamie Francis, Nicolette Seacrest, Shaden Engineering, Melissa Cardhouse, Bill Glitch, and Zambito American Florida. So thank you to those generous donators for sponsoring that. I also want to thank that particular night. It was a very successful evening. And I want to recognize the students of Sources of Strength. They donated seven different days to complete the projects. Many of them stayed for several hours after the school day was out. We also had staff who participated, our audit division, diesel, carpentry, pharmacy tech, construction trades, all helped with the variety of projects. Allison Goodrich and Michelle Grant volunteered from the concession stand, and Adam Fisher even worked at the table. Mr. Garrett, who has the electric chair, which is a popular thing for the kiddos to do that evening. So we had 45 student volunteers, and it was a very good event. We had 144 trick-or-treaters come in and tour our building. So like I said, it was a very successful evening, and I thank Lily, Jen Treehorn, Beth Lucas, and Danielle Kinney for that event, and then all of the staff members who also attended. So thank you for a successful evening. Just wanted to update you, Tim Kiner and I have been watching the temperatures at the building and forecast just to kind of figure out when the best time to convert from AC to heat was. And we started that process today. We had a couple of the labs that were really struggling to get cold, but we have to take into consideration the interior classroom. So we knew that coming up this week it was going to drop pretty low. So they had shut down over the weekend, meeting, so we're in the process of that. So it should be either up and running now or first thing in the morning. The fourth thing is Michelle Grant and I, along with Mike Staffel, and Michelle, did Ivan told you guys on Tuesday? That's okay. Ivan is the SHP consultant for Harrison Girls. But we went to, well, Michelle went, I was dealing with the crisis, but went to Jefferson JDS, and we also toured on Friday, Mid-East Career Tech Center in Buffalo. As I talked about before, we have been kind of partnering with Harrison Hills since they purchased the building to see if it's going to be a good partnership for us to offer a satellite program with vet tech for animal science. So Michelle got to tour both. I toured the East campus, and so those two things were very enlightening. We looked at courses, we looked at supplies, equipment, facilities, credentialing. So we got really good feedback from both of those programs. We have pictures. So I think, Mark and I will sit down and look at numbers and discuss with yours and Phil's about that moving forward. I just wanted to let you know, what Michelle and I did this week. Freshman visitation is also coming up. Now, there will be some sophomores included in that as well, but we're looking at November 18th, 19th, and 20th for those visitation days. I know Bill is in the process of working with more districts to get people to come out and tour those days. He is going to work on the schedule this week, so I'll be able to share more of that and how those days impact our November meeting. Which is the next item on the list, November 24. Just remember we did because of capital funds. So starting the notations November 24 at 6 o'clock at the Belmont. And then just last but not least, we got a 4.5 out of 5 on report card. We met 7 of the 9 federal leaders. And working with Shell, Steve, and also Matt Shreve, we will be working on action plans eventually for the 2 indicators that we did not meet, and those are math and science, which are pretty standard. But again, I know our students better, and we'll be getting professional development for our teachers to help them understand the depth of knowledge and the test taking skills that are involved in hopefully bringing those numbers up. Any questions for me?
Legislative capital conference will be coming up. So I think a lot of good information up there. In there. We need to see what's going on with what the state, what they're doing, what they're funding. We need to find out about property tax. What is the legislature going to do? If they do not have a plan and that goes and it makes it as a constitution, there won't be very many public schools to be able to keep. So
We had heard if they want the state to pick it up, if they eliminate it, it'll be a 14% sales tax and a 10%.
and I can tell you what, they're not going to have either one.
Well, and it's cheaper to pay the property tax than a 14% sales tax or a 10%.
You know,
I mean,
we've been told for years though, that if you let the local people handle this, we wouldn't have these kind of increases. But they were saying, oh, no, this is what we have to do. Now they're saying, we're gonna let the local people in. Well, they waited about 10 years
I was
too
gonna
long.
say, too
They
late.
messed it up.
They did.
That's what I said.
And this messed up from the state. It's not.
Yeah, they want us to fix it.
You got that guy here from Jefferson County going around talking about, "Oh, there's no big income tax." I mean, that's no promising.
Actually, we spoke with the state legislature, Cindy Henry. This past year, they put approximately 20% increase in property tax on the local level. And the county is the one that controls that. They did because the state said we're not paying. I felt the state was flawed.
Right.
But the other end of it, she said bluntly that sales tax in Belmont County would be 22%. Well, I'll tell you, we're all people along the road, God, they're going constantly.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna flex over here, but they think that.
It's just ridiculous.
It is. It's because they kept pushing them off. Because they have other ideas of what they want. which we all know, it's
You know what that,
broken about the schools and now $2 billion.
Well, they take in 18 billion a year.
18
Right
billion.
off the bat, they were from 9 billion. But it'd have to go from other entities. Somebody's gonna suffer. That's the way it is. And they don't have a solid plan. They stuck their nose in the operational school, which all the thing they can be sticking their nose in is we can provide you this amount of dollars. That's the end of it. That's all about it.
Like to have a motion. to go into the-
so moved.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. We're going to section 660. Where we gonna go? Yeah, that's what we did.
Frank, you can shut that off and then, I think normally we'll just go and sit in the main office up there until one of us comes and gets you.